Alright, Shalom, Shalom. I would like to start off by giving our only word to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Chahakadash. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles, elder bishops of greatness, thought them well, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Alright, I'm a high spirit when a lawyer. So I just want to go into how the Most High is not dealing with the spirit of Thanksgiving. All right. First of all, the spirit is dry in Babylon. You know, there was once upon a time before coming into this truth. You maybe, when you were little, Thanksgiving had a certain vibe to it. The turkey and the dressing and the cranberry sauce. Definitely had nostalgia from the 90s. Same thing with so-called Christmas, man. But we know this is, pagan holidays, but just from a cultural level, it came with some type of vibe, man. But the spirit of Babylon is dry now, man. Because with Jake, it was mostly about family anyway. So, family coming together. You seeing your aunts and uncles that love you, you know what I mean? That was a thing, but now it's just dry. Half your relatives back in the spirit world, like literally, those married relatives, they all divorced now, and it's just dry, and we know something is right around the corner. Something is right around the corner in regards to Esau, man. You remember what happened last year, at the beginning of the year, niggas running in the crowds and shit, all set up by Esau. So yo, let's believe something is around the corner this year, man. But I was buying groceries. Not buying groceries. I had stepped out, and I was just wondering why, on my way from home, on my way from work, a lot, it was so crowded and it was packed inside these stores. And I'm like, oh yeah, Thanksgiving is Thursday, right? Like, man, it don't feel like it, but people still believe in this shit, man. It was just worried about food stamps, but now Thanksgiving is coming up, and now you want to spend the money again. Like, didn't this show you that it's not even worth really investing in? Like, if you could put hundreds of dollars into one event, or thousands of dollars when it comes to Christmas, doesn't it make sense to invest in some tiny to celebrate that shit, man? But you'll still be stuck in the same situation after Thanksgiving, man. It's really Eve that tries to bring all this stuff together, man. She's still holding on. And it's spiritual and beautiful Hanukkah is, you would think Jake would turn into that, But Jake, no matter how much they've learned from TikTok, and as far as Esau and his deceitfulness, you still gonna go out here and celebrate Halloween. You still gonna go out here and celebrate Thanksgiving. You still gonna go out here and celebrate Christmas. That's your top three. You're gonna go out here and celebrate Easter. You're gonna pop fireworks on the 4th. It's a big joke, man. It's like it's really hard for Jake to unplug from that. It's like they're abandoning some tradition, some real tradition, man. But it's dry, man. Babylon, the thrill is gone. I remember that one line in the song BB King. He said, "The thrill is gone. I'm no longer under your spell." I remember when I read the lyrics to that, I was like, whoa, I'm no longer under your spell, man. You see, and like the spell of Babylon is that enchantment is through, man. The enchantment is dried up. The spell is gone. See? There's nothing special about this place. But once again, Most High's not dealing with this shit. He's not dealing with Thanksgiving. start dealing with Christmas. We just take advantage of having those days off, you know. I believe a tornado just touched down in Houston, damaged a lot of homes. And we had a tornado siren down here in Jackson, Mississippi, like just like that. And I know there's a lot of things happen like that around the so-called holidays, man. The scripture says, "Turn ye to the strongholds, you prisoner of hope." American tradition is not a stronghold. Thanksgiving is not a stronghold. You want to get you a plate for sure. Who wouldn't want some dressing and cranberry sauce, turkey and dressing? Shit is good. But as far as just upholding this stuff, man, hell no, man. You know? Once again, we have beautiful high holy days within our culture. Once again, we got Passat, which is Passover, and that's a solemn assembly, but it's still a high holy day. All right, we have Hanukkah, all right, and that includes exchanges of gifts. All right, communion with each other. Okay, we recently had the Feast of Tents, all right, which I got corrected on that because I had actual tents out there, but it was just commemorating the ways of our forefathers. You see, but it's just still beautiful to uphold these holidays, man. These high holy days. All right, so we actually have feast days. That's why another reason why Jake gravitates to it is because it's a feast day. So it's in Jake's spirit to celebrate those feast days, man. But Esau perverted it. He polluted it with these pagan rituals, man. But that's pretty much the point. There's something else on my spirit. Also, I ain't dealing with this stuff, man. But with that, I hope this was edification. I would like to once again give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. About, come here, Shalom.